updates on sports stories across the globe, we have Aaron Akerijola with us here in the studio. Good morning, Aaron.
Very good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Morning, Aaron.
Yeah, so to get things started, let's start it off down under this morning. The Aussie Open actually came to, some would say, a fitting end, but for the women, not expected. For the men, expected. Let's start it off with the men. Of course, Yannick Sinner actually roaring to his third Grand Slam. And at the moment, the Italian is looking like the future. Some would say they used to be the next generation. Now, the now generation. Yannick Sinner actually picking up that particular one there and beating Alexander Zverev. And okay, let's just move away from all the emotions and talk about the women. And Madison Keys, the American, actually beating the favorite, actually, and she was the defending champion coming into this in the last 2 years. And Madison Keys deciding that she was going to dig deep like she had done, both in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, to actually win this particular one. Sabalenka was in tears, but Madison Keys, it was a day she celebrated her husband. And she is the second oldest player in the Open era to actually win her first Australian Open women's singles title after Lee Na back in 2014. Now, moving away from that, there were emotions pouring out from these athletes that actually lost and those that actually celebrated. Of course, Sasha was actually feeling the pain. Zverev has been a nearly man for years. And he was thinking that if he was able, that he had overcome one of his biggest hurdle, which was Novak Djokovic, only for him to meet Yannick Sinner, who is a tour de force right now. And he couldn't just stand the fury of this man. And away from that, for the women, Madison Keys was a mixed bag of emotions, while Sabalenka could not even handle her emotions. Both were crying for different reasons. One was tears of joy, one was tears of pain and sorrow. Like Sabalenka says, she hates losing. And Madison Keys celebrating her husband and her coach for doing her very, very well and helping her this far. You can just see the mixed emotions from different people there. Okay, away from that quickly, in football in the Premier League, the biggest match of the weekend saw Manchester City play Chelsea. And you would have thought that Chelsea were going to win that particular game with the form Manchester City are in. And the fact that Manchester City lost their head at the beginning of that particular game with their new signing, gifting Chelsea an opportunity. And Chelsea were hoping to probably capitalize, but that was never the case, as Manchester City at some point came back, and this howler from the goalkeeper topped it all off with Erling Haaland scoring and provided an assist, and the master besting the apprentice once again. Looking at other Premier League results that actually came in over the course of this weekend, of course, top of the pile is Arsenal, and what actually happened with Arsenal. People are questioning, are the referees and the PJMOL against Arsenal? Your choice, because Lewis Kelly got a red card and is matching on that. People felt that shouldn't have been the case. Of course, Manchester United against Fulham. Manchester United leaving it late with Martinez scoring the only goal of the day yesterday at the Craven Cottage. And looking at how things have actually played, Liverpool command the lead, and Mohamed Salah once again overcoming Thierry Henry to be the 7th all-time Premier League goal scorer there. Kudos to him. If we were to even press it further, the race for the golden shoe is actually on. Salah's got 19, Erling Haaland 18, Isak 17. And pressing it further, you actually look at the table as we speak. Okay, first of all, we must also mention that Manchester City will have a torrid couple of games with Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, and Nottingham Forest, all in the waiting. And their title credentials will be tested. And you look at the table, Liverpool still top of the table at the moment, 6 points above Arsenal, who are second. Nottingham Forest, Manchester City are back into the top 4, then Newcastle and Chelsea. Quickly away from that to the La Liga, the Spanish Premier Division, whereby Barcelona showing that they are a team with a lot of goals. 7 goals to 1 was how we actually went yesterday against Valencia. They've scored 101 goals in all competitions this season. Lamine Yamal, of course, a lot of people spoke about him, that he might just be the best thing to happen to the La Liga. But no, Kylian Mbappe is back and back with a fury and bang. 8 goals in 5 games right now. You can see that the Madrid teams dominated. Real Madrid on top of the table, Atletico Madrid are second, and Barcelona are lagging behind. So 10 points separates Barcelona and Real Madrid, and it's looking like Real Madrid might coast to a win in this particular one. Away from that, in the Nigeria Premier Football League here back at home, with the second stanza getting up to speed. Of course, we had Dasaro United defeating Casino United. Not forgetting Sunshine Stars beating Ikorodu City, one of the star games of the weekend, 4-3. And Heartland beating Lobby Stars, Aqua United losing to Remo. Okay. The table quickly actually means that at the moment you look at how Remo have been looking very good for the money this season. But away from that, later on today, let me just quickly drop this one in. Of course, there's going to be the draw for the CAF Champions. The AFCON. So it's going to be happening today in Morocco. A lot is expected from that particular tournament, and that tournament will be down in December. Maybe they're queuing me to talk about Bolaji here. Eniola Bolaji, who has actually won gold. And this lady has continued a rich vein of form from the Olympics, bringing into a championship right now and winning gold in the SL13 tournament. So it's the international tournament seems to be her forte. Since she actually made her debut, she's won about 10 tournaments so far. So you look at what she's been doing, has been fantastic. And lastly, like we said, of course, later on today in Morocco, we'll be knowing our opponents. Nigeria is in pot 1, and we'll be hoping that we get a favorable draw for the AFCON that will be taking place in Morocco in December of this year, spanning into next year. So it is AFCON 2025, and let's see how it actually goes.
Real quickly, the case of Osimhen and this journalist making allegations against him in Turkey that he hit him. Osimhen has come out and said that he's lying. What is really going on? Because Turkey happens to be a very lovely place for Osimhen, was sort of like a bed of roses until this happened. I don't know if we can get to the root of the matter.
So it's almost like Osimhen has dared the guy that has actually said that he was assaulted and beaten. That's if truly that happened, certainly he knows that he's going to be in for a good payday. But if not, they will meet in court. Yeah,
the narratives are different. One narrative from the photographer is that when he took the picture, he punched him and asked him to delete the picture. Yeah. From Osimhen's side, he's saying that because the guy took a picture without his permission, he asked him to delete the pictures, not evidence of the fact that he had punched him. But he's denied it vigorously and said that he would meet in court. I'm hoping for his own sake that he didn't punch the guy. It would be really bad for him off the pitch. But talking about Chelsea and Manchester City, it was interesting to watch because with the opener, 3 minutes into the game, Chelsea scoring, 1 thought, they had an advantage and they were going to see it through. But unfortunately, they were not able to capitalize on that gain and win. They conceded 3 goals to them. So
they got a terrible goalkeeper.
Yeah,
and the coach too. Congratulations to Madison Keys. Our first major Grand Slam title. The last 2 times she met with Arena Sabalenka won. Arena Sabalenka must have been emotional because she wanted to meet Martina Hingis' record, 1977 to 79. Double champion, she wanted to make it a third, but Madison Keys did well. As for Sinner, the third Italian to have 3 titles, major trophies in the tournaments, the 11th to win, men's singles consecutively. So history was made eventually, both in the men's singles and in the women's singles. And then the NSC, the Junior Yellow Greens, in the under-19 cricket in Malaysia, they were washed out on Saturday. It rained. So they shared the point with England. On Wednesday, they're going to face Israel again in the Super Six. But they are doing very well. Yes, yeah. And it's good to see that the National Sports Commission, both the chairman and the director general, have encouraged them. Bukola Olopade gave 1,000 to the captain of the team. The chairman of NSC gave the team $5,000.
Yes.
But the main point is to see that it's not just football, that we have other games and we have people who are, excelling, doing their best in other sports. And Nigeria has to encourage all the talents. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.